Hello, good morning children. Today in this video I am going to explain class 8 geography 5th chapter industries. Okay, 4th chapter agriculture we have learned. What are the types of agriculture, types of farming, and in how many ways the farmers are adopting the different types of agriculture systems, all of you have learned. And how the farming is in India and how the advanced technology is uh, making the people develop in foreign countries also we have learned in agriculture lesson. Now you are going to learn about industries. Okay, let's see. Have you ever given a thought to the fact that the notebook you use for writing has come to you after a long process of manufacturing? Okay, suppose this textbook, how you are getting this notebook, where this material to prepare this book, where the raw material come, how this book come? Do you know? It has been come after a long process. Okay, what is that process? How it is come? We will learn in this chapter. It started its life as part of a tree. It was cut down and transported to the pulp mill. So, first of all, this book has started its life as a tree. Afterwards, those trees will cut down and they will move to pulp mill. There the wood of the tree was processed and converted into wood pulp. The wood pulp was mixed with chemicals and finally changed into paper by machines. So, first of all, tree to pulp mill. Pulp mill to wood pulp. And then wood pulp to, this wood pulp is mixed with chemicals, plus chemicals, and then they will prepare paper, and from this paper they will make a book. So this is the transformation from a tree to a book, paper to a book. First of all, the trees will cut down and they will move to pulp mill, and from in the pulp mill they will make that wood pulp, the trees wood as pulp, and then this pulp is mixed with chemicals and afterwards they will process into paper, and from that paper they will make books. This is the life of paper. This paper found its way to the press where ink made from chemicals was used to print the lines on the pages. The pages were then bound in the form of a notebook, packed and sent to the market for sale. Finally, it reached your hands. So, this is the process. This is the main process, and afterwards how they will print and how the textbooks and notebooks will come to you, you know well. Secondary activities are manufacturing. So, in the agriculture lesson you have learned primary activities, secondary activities and tertiary activities. Primary activities, agriculture. So, in this lesson they are going to explain you about the secondary activities. These industries and processing, all these units will come under the secondary activities. Now, secondary activities are manufacturing change raw materials into products of more value to people. As you have seen, pulp was changed into paper and paper into a notebook. These represent the two stages of the manufacturing process. So, pulp to wood pulp and then pulp to paper. Okay. And paper, afterwards paper into a book. So, here two process you have observed. These represent the two stages of the manufacturing process. The paper made from pulp and cloth made from cotton have had value added to them at each stage of the manufacturing process. In this way, the finished product has more value and utility than the raw material that it is made from. So, A tree, generally from tree so many uses are there, but this pulp, with the pulp we can't do anything. But if it is processed and if they have prepared paper, means this final product, whatever it may be, this final product, in every processing thing, the final product has more value comparing to the raw material. Comparing to the raw material, this final product, this pulp is here raw material. Comparing to raw materials, these final products have more value. Yes or not? Industry refers to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. Here we can say that industry means see, industry have definitions they have given. Production of goods also we can say industry. Production of goods, extraction of minerals, and the third one is provision of services. All these three we can say that as industry. Industry can be defined as production of goods, extraction of minerals, or provision of services. In any form that can be in industry. Okay. Production of goods, you know already, making the things. Extraction of minerals. In minerals, iron ores, raw ores will be there. Na? From ores they will extract the minerals. There also from a direct ore we can't get the required mineral. For here also, for that minerals preparing also some process needed. And at the same time, provision of services, different kinds of services we need. So all these will come under the category of industry. Thus, we have iron and steel industry. In the production of goods, they have given example iron and steel industry. On extraction of minerals, here also we can say iron ore. Okay. Coal mining. And provision of services, here we, teachers, lawyers, all these in different forms they are doing services. No, all these are provision of services. Tourism industry, service providing, tourism industry. Okay, this comes under the category of provision of services. Okay, next, classification of industries. So you got the idea, what is the basic idea of this industry. Now how the classification has been done in these industries, now let's see. Classification of industries. Now already you have learned in three categories: iron and steel industry, coal mining, and tourism industry. Different types are there. So why different types? Because on what type of work they are doing, they have done this classification of industries. Let's see. Industries can be classified on the basis of raw materials, size, and ownership. So this classification has been done on the basis of raw materials. Second one is size, either they are big or small or very big, like that. And then ownership. Okay, these are the main factors on which this classification of industries has done. Let's see. First of all, we will take raw materials. Raw materials. Industries may be agro-based, mineral-based, marine-based, and forest-based depending on the type of raw materials they use. So whatever the raw materials they are using, we can divide on the basis of raw materials. On the basis of raw materials also sometimes, some types. They have said now, agro-based industries. First one is on the basis of raw materials. First one is agro-based. Agro-based means agriculture-based industries. Let's see. Agro-based industries use plant and animal-based products. Plant and animal-based products. If the industries use this plant and animal based products, then those type of industries can be called as agro based industries. Okay, so this is the main point you have to keep in mind. The industries which can use the plant and animal based products, plants and animal based products, then we can say those industries are agro based industries. Agro-based industries use plant and animal-based products as their raw materials. Food processing, vegetable oil, cotton textile, dairy products and leather industries are examples of agro-based industries. So, they have given examples also, children. See, plant and animal-based food products. Next, animal based means dairy, we can say. And then leather industries. From animal skin only this leather will come now. So, leather industries. And then vegetable oil. Next, cotton textile. Cotton, you know already, cotton textile. All these are the examples for agro-based industries. Okay, next. Second category, mineral-based industries. Second one is mineral-based industries. What are mineral-based industries? From the name only we can guess. If the industry is run on the basis of minerals, see, mineral-based industries are primary industries that use mineral ores as their raw materials. Mineral ores. If they use mineral ores as their raw materials, then those industries can be called as mineral-based industries. This is used as raw material. The products of these industries feed other industries. Iron made from iron ore is the product of mineral-based industries. So, I have said already, from ores. Here, ores are impure. We have to separate minerals from them. Then also, some processing required. So, iron ore, iron made from iron ore is the raw material, and that is the product of mineral-based industry. If in this process they have separated iron from iron ore, then we can say that these industries can be mineral-based industries. This is used as raw material for the manufacture of a number of other products such as heavy machinery, building materials and railway coaches. So, here they have separated iron from iron ore. Iron ore నుంచి ఐరన్ సెపరేట్ చేస్తాం, అవునా? సో ఆ వచ్చిన ఐరన్ని ఇంకా మళ్ళీ ఏం చేస్తాయి, రకరకాల ఇండస్ట్రీస్ వాటి పర్పస్ కోసం అనమాట. హెవీ కోచెస్, మనం తెలుసు కదా స్టీల్ని రకరకాలుగా వాడతాం, అవునా కదా? సో ఆన్ దట్ బేసిస్ దట్ మనకు ఐరన్ అనేది ఇక్కడ మినరల్ బేస్డ్ ఇండస్ట్రీస్ నుంచి వాళ్ళు ఐరన్ తయారు చేశారు. ఆ వచ్చింది ఐరనే స్టీల్ అవుతుంది, అవునా? ఆ స్టీల్ని మనం ఇంకా ఎన్ని రకాల వాటిల్లో వాడుకుంటాం అదనమాట. For example, they have given what are they? heavy machinery, building materials also steel needed, and at the same time railway coaches. For railway coaches also, every now in every object we are using steel, only steel things. Yes or not? So that they can fight with rust. Next, so there is mineral based industries. Third category is marine based industries. Third one is marine based industries. Marine based industries. You know, marine based industries. Extraction of mineral oil. Industries use products from the sea and oceans as raw materials. So here marine based industries, they use seas and oceans as raw materials. Seas and oceans. Seas and oceans as raw material. Products from seas and oceans. Whatever the products we are getting from seas and oceans, moreover we will get mineral oil and some pearls or some more items we will get from the seas and oceans, and at the same time salt also we are getting from seas. Next, and these fish, prawns, everything we are getting from seas only, na? Next, so all those will come under the category of marine based industries. Next, forest based industries. Fourth category is forest based industries. You know already from forest produce what we can get. Timber, medicines, wood. Next, forest based industries. Paper, all these will come under the category of forest based industries. See, forest based industries utilize forest produce as raw materials. The industries associated with forests are pulp and paper, pharmaceuticals, furniture and buildings. So these are the four types of classification on the basis of raw materials. What are they? Agro based industries. Agro based industries means which use plant and animal based products as raw materials, then they are called as agro based industries. For example, food products, dairy, leather industry, vegetable oil, cotton textiles, all these come under the category of agro based industries. Second category, mineral based. Okay, mineral ores. If the industries used mineral ores as their raw materials, we can say that those industries are mineral based industries. For example, this iron ore. Okay, like that. Next, third one is marine based industries. Here, marine based industries means what they use as raw materials? The products from seas and oceans. They are used as raw materials. Then, what are the examples? Seafood, mineral oil, everything will come under the category of marine based industries. Next, forest based industries. Forest based industries means forest produce. If they use forest produce as raw material, then we can call it as forest based industry. For example, pulp, paper, medicine, that is we can say pharmaceuticals, furniture, all these will come under the category of forest based industry. So this is on the basis of raw materials. Next category, size. Let's see now. Second factor is size. On the basis of size, what is the classification of industries? Let's see. It refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed, and the volume of production. So, on the basis of size also we have to take these qualities, children. Amount of capital. First, capital, number of people working, number of people working. And the third one is volume, amount of volume of production also we should keep in mind. Okay, volume of production. What are they? See, what are the things we have to keep on the basis of size? Capital, the amount of capital they are investing on that industry, and then number of people, either 10 members, 20 members, 100 members, thousands, lakhs. It depends on the number of people also. And at the same time, volume of the production, how much volume, how much quantity they are producing in that industry also we can count in this category of size. Let's see. Based on size, industries can be classified into small scale and large scale industries. So here only two types are there. They are small scale and large scale. Small scale and large scale. Okay. What are small scale? We can say generally. Capital will be low. Number of people also low. Then we can say that it's a small scale industry. Okay. I will tell you more detail, children. See. Small scale and large scale industries. Cottage or household industries are a type of small scale industry where the products are manufactured by hand and by the artisans. So, in small scale industries, we can say that the things are manufactured by hands or by artisans. That means workers, by artisans. In these small scale industries, the products will be produced, will be made by hands or by workers. Basket weaving, pottery, examples they have given, children. Basket weaving, pottery, okay, like that. Basket weaving, pottery and other handicrafts are examples of cottage industry. So other handmade things, whatever it may be, they will come under the category of cottage industry. We can say these all as small scale industries. You also know paper plates, glasses and butter, they will be made by machines. But here in small scale industries, what they have said, if the products had done by the hands or otherwise by artisans, then we can say them as small scale industries. Small scale industries are use lesser amount of capital and technology as compared to large scale industries. Already you know that they need less technology and at the same time amount also very less. Not very less but low. Capital and technology as compared to large scale industries that produce large volumes of products. If we see small scale and large scale, here they can't compete with large scale because here productivity is very low. But in large scale industries, they will do with machines. The production will be with machines. So a large quantity, a large volume of production will be there. Silk weaving and food processing industries are small scale industries. So here basket weaving, silk weaving and food processing industries. Food products, you know now already. Pickles, powders, everything will come under this. Bakery items, all those. Production of automobiles and heavy machinery are large scale industries. So here production will be done by machines and capital is very big. Capital means amount. Capital is big and at the same time production will be huge or large, big. more, like that. Okay. And examples, automobiles, and heavy industries. Heavy industries are examples for large scale industries. You know already, bikes, cars, all everything will come under automobile and heavy industries manufacturing. So this is the difference between small scale industries and large scale industries. Small scale industries means production will be done by hands or artisans. For example, basket weaving, pottery, cottage industry, food products, silk weaving, like that. And large scale industries means the production will be done by machines, capital is big, and the production also will be very big. Examples, automobiles, heavy industries and all. Okay. Next category, ownership. Okay. See. On the basis of ownership, single person or others. Ownership. Let's see. Industries can be classified into private sector, state owned or public sector, joint sector and cooperative sector. Here 3-4 types are there. Let's see. First one is private sector industries. Private sector. What are private sector? Let's see. If the industry is only in one person hand, only one family, under one family, then we can say it as private sector. See, private sector industries are owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. Individuals or a group of individuals. That means 3 more partners will be there now, like that. Then we can say that is private sector industries. The public sector industries. Second one is public sector. Public sector means here we can say that this is government. See, the public sector industries are owned and operated by the government. By the government. Such as Hindustan Aeronautics Limited and Steel Authority of India, for example, like that. And that means if the ownership is in the hands of government, then we can say that they are public sector industries. For example, Hindustan Aeronauticals, and second one is Steel Authority of India. Next, third category is joint sector industries. Third category, joint sector. What are joint sector? Are owned and operated by the state and individuals. Here, state and individuals or group of individuals. Individuals will be there and otherwise and the state will be there. That means government will be there. So then we can say that this is joint sector. That means government and individuals. Okay. Many times we have heard that some companies are working with together with government, like that. So that category is called as joint sector. Maruti Udyog Limited is an example of joint sector industry. Maruti Udyog. See, state and individuals or a group of individuals, if they work together, then that industries can be called as joint sector industries. Next, cooperative sector. Fourth one is cooperative sector. What is this cooperative sector? See, cooperative sector industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials, workers or both. Producers or suppliers. Producers or suppliers of raw materials. That means working together with farmers. Raw materials producers who? These farmers only. Farmers are artisans like that, na? So they and workers. If the industries are working with the producers or suppliers of raw materials and workers together means then those industries can be called as cooperative sector industries. For example, Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy are a success stories of cooperative venture. So, these are the examples, children. So, on the basis of ownership, private sector, public sector, joint sector, cooperative sector. So, on the basis of raw materials, agro-based, marine-based and second one is mineral-based and forest-based. On the basis of size, small-scale industries, large-scale industries. On the basis of ownership, private sector, public sector, joint sector, cooperative sector. So, this is the lesson, children. Up to here, I hope you understood. The remaining part I will explain in the next video. Thank you. Have a nice day.